Greetings and welcome to episode 27 of Change Your Focus, a mindfulness podcast designed to inspire and center you. I am Dr. Aiko-Douglas, your host, transformational life coach, life integration specialist, and mindfulness practitioner, here to empower you to transform your life one mindful decision at a time. I'm also here encouraging you to be mindful of the products you use on and in your body, as well as the products you use around your home. Today's episode is about rest. Now, I invite you to contemplate this quote by pastor, author, and professor Mark Buchanan. Most of the things we need to be most fully alive never come in busyness. I want to say that again. Most of the things we need to be most fully alive never come in busyness. They grow in rest. When I contemplate this quote, I think about all of my pivotal, transformational ideas and decisions, including my name change. 4 years ago, that name came to me while I was asleep in deep rest. I'd set the intention, I put it out there on my ancestor altar that I wanted a name that aligned with my heritage, my culture, that had nothing to do with my family's slave owners. And I trusted that a name would come. And I visited South Africa thinking, okay, well, maybe a name will come when I'm there. It didn't. I didn't hear any names that felt like they were mine. However, I never forced it, right? I put the intention out there and I just let it be and trusted that whenever they wanted to honor my request, they meaning my spirit guides, ancestors, all the angels, divine, wanted to honor that, they would. And so I just kept on about my life, right? Wasn't trying to force it again, no brainstorming like what could my name be. No, I really did just trust after I set the intention and I let it go, because that's how it works, right? You put these things out there and you have faith in all that is to honor that. And so that's what I did. And I was asleep and waking up one rise, and the name was on my lips in the dream, right? So I was saying the name in my dream, so I knew how to pronounce it because I'd never heard the name before. And not only that, but in my dream, I was writing my name. I was writing it. So I knew, literally, Spirit was giving me how to spell this name and how to pronounce it, because I'd never heard of it, never seen it before. So immediately, I'm waking up out of this dream and I go to my phone, because I know there's no doubt. There's no like, well, what is this about? Or what are you telling me? It was very clear that this was my name. And I'm going to say from the time I put the intention out there to the time the name came was about 6 months. I'll say about 6 months. And so again, went to my phone immediately and searched the name, loved the meaning. It resonated with where I was in my life, who I felt I was becoming. And I was like, thank you. Like, thank you for honoring this. This is great. And so I wrote it down. Again, Sayiba, right? I wrote that down. And so what it means, if you all are not familiar, I've shared it before on my Instagram, is that Sayiba means return to God, one who is reasonable. And so, and then I started looking up all sorts of other meanings, right? In other religions and other languages. And it's just, it was right for me. And I think it's about 25 people with this name. I found out that it's a surname in Congo primarily, and there are a few people in Liberia that have the name. So it felt like me, right? Unique, return to God, like this return to love, right? Because God is love. returned it to me, like the God within me, that is what it was speaking to. And at the time I was on my journey, right? My self-healing journey, my self-love journey. I'd set up my ancestor altar. I'd done my sacred woman journey. And so I was really setting the time into aligning with truth, the bigger truth beyond religion, right? And so it was perfect. Again, it resonated with all of who I was becoming and still am, right? So and then the other two names, I guess I'll share this story here in this space as well. So then Mala came to me. I'd ordered these prayer beads, right? So Universe knew I wanted an entire name, right? Not just a first name. And so I ordered these prayer beads. And so I was like, I need a middle name, right? I need a last name. What is it going to be? So I'd order these prayer beads, and one night, it seemed like it was taking the prayer beads a really long time to come. And I was like, where should they be? Like where are they? Let me just, check my email to see what's going on with this. I checked my email, and literally, like that day, I received a message earlier saying, or maybe like an hour before, saying that your package is on your front door. So I opened the door, and as I'm bending down to pick up my package, the beads, it hit me. It's like, Mala, that's your middle name, which we all know mala beads are prayer beads, right? It means prayer. So it's perfect. Align with Sayiba. I said it together, Sayiba Mala, and I loved it. Absolutely loved it. I was like, okay, Spirit, I hear you. And so then I was like, okay, I need a last name. And I knew that I wanted my last name to mean what we all are, what this all is, right? Love. And so then I started looking, right? Things, names that meant love, because I didn't want it to just be love. I wanted to, be a name that meant love. And so on the list was a name of one of my favorite artists. And I was like, oh, I had no idea that her name meant Aiko. Her name meant love, right? Aiko. I had no idea. I just knew that I really liked her as an artist. She helped me through a transformational time in my life. Her music really helped me and supported me grow through that time. And so, yeah, I was like, oh, wow, this is perfect. Like, this name is on here. It means love, child of love. It just worked, right? So then I said it. I said the name, Sayiba Mala Aiko. And it felt good. It hit in my spirit. And I was like, it felt right. Everything felt right about it. And then I sent the name to a cousin of mine who had changed his name when he became Muslim. And I sent it to him, and I was like, this is my new name. How does it sound? How do you like it? And he gave me like the confirmation or the go, or he liked it. And I was like, this is it. And so then I started the process of changing my name, right? Radical, crazy. But again, the name came to me in rest. Like, this is the whole point in the story, right? Like, I wasn't forcing anything. These are all moments where I've set the intention and I've rested into it. And there's so many more powerful decisions in my life and transformations that have come as a result of me resting, not like working hard or striving or achieving, right? Like, that initial choice to do the thing came out of rest, where my spirit guides were leading me. And so I think about when I was actually studying for my doctorate, right? I was going through all these classes. It was about a 5-year process, right? And so I was doing all this stuff. And at the time I was also teaching, first in Houston, right? So I was teaching, and I was in this doctoral program. And so if you've been in a program like this, it requires a lot of reading, right? You're reading all sorts of articles, and not only that, but writing, right? You're responding to people's comments about certain articles that have been read, things that have been said, different literature that's out there, studies, all this stuff, right? And so it's requiring a lot of time. So I'm giving my time to my job, right, and the students, teaching, and then at night I'm coming home, or either working at the school, whichever. Sometimes I stayed a lot at the school and did my studies. And so I would do my studies, and that would be some more hours, right? So it's requiring a lot of my time. And so what I would do is spend my breaks napping on those days where my body needed more rest than what I was getting in the evening when I would sleep during the night. Then I listened and I honored that. And on my breaks, where I was given the time, I had the time, I used that time and I took power naps. And if I tell you all, those power naps revived me, restored me, reinvigorated me, energized me. It was amazing. And naps is literally how I made it through grad school. So very grateful for that. And that, just having that rest helped me show up better as an educator, right, in the classroom. It helped me with my patients, with the students. It helped me with beautiful ideas about how to deliver certain things to them, the curriculum. So many beautiful things came about as a result of rest, right? So, yeah, rest so far, right, has helped me connect with my spirit guides, right, with this whole name change and really being able to hear and dream, like dream vivid, lucid dreams. Those things came in rest, right, and being able to know and be assured of the guidance and not question what are you telling me, but having things be so clear. Again, those things are coming and they came in rest, right? So, what else? My decision to move, right, to Mexico. I relocated during the beginning of the pandemic, and I put again this request out there on my altar. I was meditating one day and I saw the ocean, right? And I saw myself living by the ocean in a peaceful place. And so, of course, right, when you put these requests out there and you leave yourself open to how the universe wants to bring these things to you and you trust, they come, right? So the opportunity presents itself really soon, actually, really, really soon after I set the intention, because then I spoke it to a friend and the opportunity came for me to try and see, go visit Mexico. Again, when I'm going there, I'm not thinking like, oh, this is going to be the place. I'm thinking, okay, well, we'll see. I don't know. I have no idea. All I know is how I felt and the dream about it and what I saw. And so let's see if this feels right. So I give it a try, and sure enough, I'm there. It's peaceful. I love how things are being done. It's quiet, it's calm. And so I made the decision that when my lease was up where I was in the Bay, that I was going to relocate to Mexico. And so again, I feel like spirit was leading me. Like there was no, oh, is this it? There was no second guessing. It was simply trust, and very grateful that I did trust. And as you all know, I lived in Tijuana for 3 years. I mean, I had no idea. The vision came to me in a dream. And so it's beautiful. Glad I trusted. And some of the most beautiful, most profound experiences happened while I was there, living in my beautiful apartment with a lovely patio and a view of the Pacific all the way from the north to the south. I mean, just an amazing, amazing view for a very great price. One that I definitely couldn't have found in California. And so grateful for that. And so one day, I'm not sure if I've shared this, but my journey there, lots of messages came. And one of the things was for me to relax, right? So I learned how to relax when I was there. And one of the most profound moments was me sitting on my couch, and I was looking out of the window, the ocean, and the view was captivating. And Queen Cuddles, my cat, right, she was right beside me, and we were just looking out of the window. And it hit me in my spirit that I had actualized relaxation and rest for like the first time. All the times before where I thought I was relaxing in my life, going to get massages and going to do this, it was a bunch of doing involved, right? And then when I was in those moments, was I really relaxing, or was my mind doing a bunch of things? And so, yeah, like I wasn't thinking about what I needed to do next, what needed to happen. I was simply in the moment. I released everything. I felt a huge release, actually. And there was relief, and there was calm, and there was harmony with like all that was and all that is. It was the most beautiful moment, and it was nothing but stillness. Literally, we're looking out of the window at God's glory. And yeah, rest. That actualization of relaxation and rest. Oh, what peace. Very peaceful. And so I was grateful that I finally experienced it. Grateful that I resisted against doing more. Like during this time, right, I just earned my doctorate, and the world, when I say the world, I mean the people around me, right? The people at the school where I worked, my family, had these expectations of me about, well, now that you've gotten your doctorate, you're going to be a principal, or you should be a principal, right? Like all of this pressure to keep doing, becoming, striving, achieving. And deep within me, that did not resonate. Like I knew that I went for my doctorate because I simply wanted to learn and know more as an educator. And that was it. I didn't know what else was to come. And I didn't set those intentions for myself to like be that wasn't in my spirit. I simply, again, trusted what was there and went along the journey. And so in me relocating to Mexico, it was an invitation, like I said, to relax, not to do more, to strive, to be, to achieve. And so in that, I resisted against all of the doing and becoming a principal because others thought that I should. And again, I rested. My soul had no desire to do any of those things that everyone else thought that I should be doing. And when I listened, right, when I had this opportunity to listen and be still, my journey with becoming a life coach began. And thank Goddess that I listened to spirit, because had I not moved to Mexico by this water in this still, quiet, calm place during the pandemic, feeling safe and heard, seen, held, all these things, I would have been either still in California or in Houston with my family. And I wouldn't have been resting and relaxing and still and trusting spirit that was in me, that was guiding me, right? I just wouldn't have been. And I probably might have continued striving and become a principal, which would not have been aligned with where I am meant to be. This space as a life coach allows me to live my dharma in a way that feels supportive to my dosha. It feels supportive to me as a teacher and a nurturer, right? I'm able to teach and nurture myself in calm spaces, but sometimes when those spaces become high intensity, achieving spaces, the nurturing part, my ability to nurture myself, sometimes suffers. And in this space, I'm able to continue that practice of nurturing myself, right, so that I can nurture others, and teaching myself so that I can teach others in a way that feels loving and kind and good and supportive. So, right where I'm supposed to be, right? So my spirit guides, they've led me to all these beautiful places, and I've trusted, and I'm grateful that I listened and I followed, right? Guidance from our spirit guides comes in rest. I'm going to say that again. Guidance from our spirit guides come in rest. Okay? So, rest is relaxation. And Tricia Hersey reminds us in her book that rest is resistance. That is the name of her book. Rest is Resistance is a memoir. If you haven't read it, I inspire you, encourage you to do so. And her beautiful blessing to the world, the NAP ministry, supports this resistance against capitalism and white supremacy, right? All these things out there telling us that we need to work, we need to make this certain amount of money, we need to earn, we need to achieve, we need to strive, we need to force, we need to do. Her book really inspires us to simply be still, be in these present moments, be mindful, be who we are, love, compassionate towards ourselves, understanding, patient, all these things that the world can kind of leave out and forget as it's forcing its way to do so much, right? As we are all forced, as I've shared with my journey with education, right? Being an educator, and then people telling me that I needed to do more after earning my doctorate. And so, her beautiful NAP ministry again, and Rest is Resistance, her book, is just very inspiring and liberating, right? Rest is liberating. Yes, it is. um, so again, the world tells us that we should be pushing, striving, achieving, going, doing. However, when we rest in our inner knowing and trust divine's guidance, we can rest and trust that we are right where we need to be. And we don't have to force anything or go along with the insanity of this world. There is trust in your rest. There is power in your rest. There is healing in your rest. There is restoration in your rest. So, as we prepare to meditate, may you know that rest is not a luxury. It is your birthright. So in this moment, we are going to engage in a practice called Yoga Nidra. So it's a relaxation practice. And so in this moment, I invite you to make yourself comfortable. This time we will be laying down on our backs. So whatever you need to do to get comfortable, maybe you're going to lay on the bed, the couch, the floor, on your yoga mat, wherever you are in this moment, please do so. Please lie down on your back and relax in a comfortable position. Again, you're laying on your back, face up. Your feet should gently fall to each side as you're relaxing in this position. You're not trying to keep them up straight. And position your head comfortably with your head and neck in a neutral position. And your forehead should be level to or higher than your chin as you're laying down, right? So you don't want your head to be tilted back where your forehead is lower than your chin. You either want it level with your chin or a little bit higher, okay? Propped up. Feel free to place a blanket under your head or pillow or bolster or anything else, and also under your knees, whatever feels comfortable. If it's not comfortable to lie completely flat on your back and you want that pillow or bolster under your knees, then please get that. Do whatever you need to do in this moment to make yourself comfortable in this position so that you are at ease. You will be here for about 10 minutes, okay? Now, as you are preparing, I will cue up our music. And I hope that you can hear that in a nice volume, okay? There we are. Now, soften and close your eyes. Allow your body to slowly relax. Come to a place of complete stillness. Now bring awareness to your breath. And feel the gentle rise and fall of your chest, your rib cage, and abdomen with each slow breath. And feel the nourishing energy of the breath flowing through you. And now visualize the front of your body and the space between your navel and throat. Begin to visualize your breath rising from your navel to your throat with each inhale and slowly descending with each exhale. And take a deep breath. And as you exhale, let go of all worries and distracting thoughts. Allow your mind to relax completely. If you feel a thought arising, simply come back into this present moment, following your breath and the sound of my voice throughout this practice. remaining awake and aware. Now allow the sound of the easy rhythm of the music to further relax your body. And allow each breath to flow through you like a rolling ocean wave. Feel awareness of your body from the crown of your head to the tip of your toes. And mentally repeat the intention. I am opening myself up to learning what I need to be most fully alive. I am opening myself up to learning what I need to be most fully alive. Now soften, relax your hands. Palms should be facing up as they lie beside you. And focus on your hands. Soften and relax them even more. And soften the right thumb and the second finger on your right hand. And then the third. And then the fourth finger, your ring finger. And then your pinky finger. Softening and relaxing all fingers. And now soften your palm. Now soften the back of your hand. And now your wrist. And now your right forearm, softening that. Relaxing your right elbow. Relaxing even more your upper right arm. And now softening your right shoulder even more. And now we'll focus on your left side, softening and relaxing your left hand, your left thumb, your second finger, your middle finger, your ring finger, and your pinky finger. Now softening your palm and the back of your hand and your left wrist, your left forearm, and your left elbow, and your left upper arm. Now softening your left shoulder. Now let's move to the back of your body. Soften and relax your right shoulder blade. Now your left shoulder blade. Now the entire length of your spine. Soften. Now soften your right glute. Now soften your left glute. Now let's move to the front of your body and relax and soften your head, your forehead. Move to your right temple and soften and relax that. And now your left temple, soften and relax. And now your right eyebrow and then your left, softening even more. And in between your eyebrow, the area of your third eye chakra, really relax that area. And now your right eye and eyelid. And now your left eye and eyelid. Relaxing that, softening that. Now soften your right cheek and then your left cheek. And then softening your right nostril and then your left nostril. Really relaxing all of your face, softening your upper lip and then your lower lip. So at this time, your lips may fall open. Just allow them to. Simply relax. Softening your chin. Now your right ear and your left ear. And now your throat. Now we're going to soften the right side of our chest and then the left side of our chest. Now soften the middle of your chest. Move down to your abdomen, softening your stomach, your navel. And really soften all this area. Relax your waist and your pelvis. And now your pelvic floor. Now soften the lower right side of your body, beginning with your hip, and then your right thigh, and your right knee, your lower leg, and your right ankle, your right heel, and the right sole of your foot. And now the top of your right foot. Now we're going to soften our big toe, and then the second toe, and the third toe. Really soften and relax. The fourth toe, and now your pinky on the right foot. And now let's move to the left side of your body, softening your left hip. And then your left thigh, and your left knee, really relaxing. Softening even more your lower leg, your left ankle, the left heel, and the left sole of your foot, and the top of your left foot. And now your big toe on your left foot. Relaxing it, the second toe, the third toe, the fourth toe, and your pinky toe. And now feel your whole body together on the floor, resting, completely still and relaxed, softening and sinking. And take the deepest breath you have taken all day. Now return your attention to the rhythm and sound of your breath. Feeling its flow in and out of your nostrils. And as you maintain your awareness of your slow, easy breath, develop your awareness of your state of physical relaxation. Simply notice what your body feels like in this moment, resting. Notice the parts of your body that are touching the surface that you are lying on. What's touching your head, your upper back, your elbows, your hands, your buttocks, your calves, your heels. Simply become aware and begin to notice the sounds around you. And when you are ready, I invite you to slowly open your eyes. You can remain lying down or slowly make your way up to a seated position. Notice how you feel. Now, to complete our mindfulness session for today, please affirm by repeating after me. Rest is my birthright. I prioritize my rest. Good. Let's say that again. Rest is my birthright. I prioritize my rest. Great. One last time. Rest is my birthright. I prioritize my rest. Beautiful. I invite you to be mindful, breathe deep often, and contemplate ways you can practice resting and listen to your body. Remember, mindfulness is always available to us every minute of every day. May you use each minute to be mindful. I am Dr. Aiko-Douglas, your host, transformational life coach, life integration specialist, and mindfulness practitioner, here to empower you to transform your life one mindful decision at a time. I also encourage you to be mindful of the products you use on and in your body, as well as the products you use around your home. If you found this podcast through social media, please share which platform in the comments below. Also, remember to like, share, and subscribe on all social media platforms to follow my journey. And join my exclusive community on Patreon at Integr8 Lyfe. Thank you for tuning in, listening, engaging, and being mindful with me today. Namaste. Be sure to tune in next week for episode 28. It's all about emotion, connecting your mind to your heart.